Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the territory of the Musqueam, Squamish, the Tsleil-Waututh, and the Coquitlam area, and welcome to SFU. Welcome to this very special day for each and every one of the students graduating. A very quick prayer and we'll get the event going. Great Spirit, thank you for bringing us together today. Thanking the communities in which the students have come from and their families, and just blessing them for allowing the students to spend time with us. Great Spirit, just a very special blessing on this morning, all my relations.
Thank you to Elder Margaret, a member of SFU's Aboriginal Elder Program, who shared her words of welcome for us all this morning. I would like to start, too, by acknowledging the Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, Musqueam, and Coquitlam peoples on whose traditional territories we are so privileged to be standing this morning. I'd like to invite Ms. Jessie Chung, who's graduating later this week with a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology with a minor in Business. She can also sing. She'll lead us in the singing of O Canada. Jessie.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you. Well done.
Please be seated. I declare the Spring 2018 Convocation assembled for the granting of degrees. Mr. President, members of the Board of Governors and Senate, faculty, honored guests, graduands, and friends, I am Anne Giardini, Chancellor of Simon Fraser University. We are delighted and honored to have you join us for a convocation. In attendance today are a number of distinguished guests in the audience and on the platform behind me, including members of Senate, vice presidents, deans, and faculty. I'd like to acknowledge among us member of the SFU Board of Governors, Mr. Thomas Budd, and among us are SFU alumni, legacy, parents, and their families. Welcome all. And thank you for your patience with the construction on campus. You might have noticed it on your way in. We have several exciting projects underway. Behind the platform on my left will soon be the SFU Student Society's brand new Student Union building, entirely devoted to students with lounges, study areas, meeting rooms, and recreational facilities. And directly behind me is the Public Plaza Renewal Project, which will improve accessibility and create more gathering spaces as the university renews some of our aging infrastructure. Convocation is a time when we somehow manage to turn our gaze in two directions. We look back with a sense of success and completion concerning all that you have done during your time at SFU. And we look ahead with hopes and expectations for all that you will do in the days and years to come. But right now, we are gathered at a place and in a moment when transformation occurs. The ancient Romans recognized an odd and distinctive deity, the two-faced god Janus. He was believed to have authority over beginnings and endings, gates and passageways, and transitions from one place to the other, over what we call liminal or threshold places. One of his two profiles looks ahead to the time to come, while the other directs his gaze into the past. Janus's name is easy to remember, by the way. He's the origin of our modern word janitor, because he's seen as someone who keeps the disorder of the world outside at bay, maintaining the separate space within. Today you have behind you classes and papers, hard work, deep thought, quizzes, shared activities, lonely study, contemplation, conversations, days of doubt and panic, days of exploration and joy. Don't let anyone tell you that this part of your life has not been real. Your years as a student are as tangible and as human and as leafy with meaning as any you will experience in the days ahead. You're headed outward now, across this SFU threshold into a hurried and busy world. Most of you will make your way into work, into careers. You have great potential, and among you a vast array of plans. You will work and maintain relationships, volunteer, continue, I hope, to learn. Stay on top of current events, make or listen to music, invent, stay fit, perhaps raise families, and certainly make a difference. Because you are or about to be SFU grads, I have every confidence that you will flourish in the days ahead. You will be innovative. You will be attentive. You will be creative. You will find time to consider how this world might be changed for the better. You might very well do something yourself, large or small, that will help to bring about much-needed change. In a rushed and hectic world, you may worry whether there will be enough time to accomplish all that you intend to do. I'm happy to assure you that the time ahead is abundant. The days are long. The hours are many. I hope that you enjoy the time to come and experience it as profuse, rather than worry about it running away from you. English, our shared language, is marvelous in many ways, but it's limited in how we frame and understand time. The Greeks, for example, had at least two words for time, chronos and kairos. Chronos, which we can hear today in words such as chronological and anachronism, refers to measured seconds, minutes, and hours, clock time. Kairos is a very different concept, referring to significant moments instead of measurable and utilitarian time. Kairos is an enveloping instant, such as the one in which we find ourselves. It is the right, the promising, the auspicious pause in time. The Greeks weren't alone in distinguishing between natures of time. The Egyptians had a word that signified time as it rushed onward, and another for the idea of time everlasting. The earliest way to track time was by following the arc of the sun. But the first automated measure of time made use of water that dripped from or seeped into a bowl. It feels to me as if these earliest ways of measuring time might have got it right. The best and most productive time for many of us is when we find ourselves like water in a state of flow. When each event and task feels as if it's leading somehow in a way that feels inevitably to the next. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman puts it this way in his book, Thinking Fast and Slow. In a state of flow, maintaining focused attention on absorbing activity requires no exertion of self-control, thereby freeing resources to be directed to the task at hand. Many activities can induce a sense of flow, from painting to racing motorcycles and even writing a book. The enemy of flow is interruption. Who among us is not the owner and victim of these little devices that we carry with us everywhere? These marvelous machines are wonderful in ways too many to mention, but they kill flow and can, if we let them, nibble away at our ability to do our best work. The poet Jane Hirschfield has written about the wholeheartedness of concentration, a place where the world and self begin to cohere. With that state comes an enlarging of what can be known, what may be felt, and what may be done. We need to be discerning in the interruptions we allow or risk the loss of mental, emotional, and transcendent space, that state of flow in which our best thoughts and work arise. Looking back at what you've achieved, today's degree or certificate is evidence that you are capable of sustained thought and sustained work. Looking forward, I hope that you will spend your time both profligately and wisely, and will spend many hours in that productive, satisfying state that engenders the very best of what you are capable of. Please stay in touch with those who remain here on this side of the threshold. We are proud of you and grateful. We are changed and improved by the time that we have spent together. Thank you all. I now call on the president of our university, Professor Andrew Petter.
Madam Chancellor, honored guests, members of the Board of Governors and Senate, faculty members, staff, and most especially, graduates, family, and friends. It is my privilege to preside at this culminating celebration of your education at Simon Fraser University. As this ceremony unfolds, our message to you is clear. As each of you receives your degree, I and my colleagues on stage, together with the entire SFU community, want you to know how proud we are of you. We've seen your work, we've admired your performance. Your degrees are not merely documents of accreditation, they're living testament to the faith that we have in your ability to flourish in a changing world. And that's a good ability to have, because the world is most assuredly changing. A recent Oxford University study estimated that 47% of current jobs will be automated out of existence over the next 20 years. When I attended university, lo those many years ago, I was encouraged to believe that if I developed a good career plan, that plan could serve me for a lifetime. In today's dynamic world, the notion of planning a lifelong career is as redundant as many of the careers for which I might have planned. The need to plan one's future has been overtaken by the need to equip oneself for multiple futures, many of which are yet unknown. This point was driven home earlier this year at our annual SFU Public Square Community Summit, which explored the future of work. One of the main presenters was American political activist and commentator Van Jones. Jones described how our approaches to work have changed over the last several centuries in concert with changes in our concepts of time. In the agrarian era, he noted, time was perceived as circular. Life revolved around daily and seasonal cycles. The sun came up, the sun went down. Spring gave way to summer, which faded to fall and turned to winter, only to begin the cycle again. Tomorrow was the same as yesterday. In this era of circular time, Jones noted, the most important value for survival was preservation. Preservation of culture, of knowledge, of ritual, and most practically, preservation of seeds. Then came the industrial era, an era of transformation and change. In this era, time became linear, the past behind you, the present with you, the future in front but still distant. Jones compared the industrial era to being on a train with the track ahead leading to a new destination. In this era, this unfolding environment, the key value for survival was planning. One could look ahead and prepare for a lifetime of well-ordered tomorrows. But the industrial era has now been supplanted by a digital era, in which Jones said we are no longer traveling into the future, rather the future is coming towards us at an ever faster pace, no longer content to wait as our plans unfold. In his words, the future is onrushing, bringing with it changes that overwhelm our ability to plan. So today, the key value for survival is not preservation or planning, but rather adaptability, or as Jones called it, the capacity to pivot. It was a compelling analysis, though I would argue that even in the past, adaptability has been an important attribute. There's a quote chiseled onto the floor of the California Academy of Sciences in San Francisco, originally attributed to Charles Darwin. It says, "It is not the strongest of the species that survives, nor the most intelligent. It's the one that is most adaptable to change." It is a tribute to the California Academy's own adaptability that they have since rubbed out that mistaken attribution and given proper credit to Leon Megginson, a professor of management studies who wrote those words in 1963 as part of a contemplation on Darwin's work. So how do you learn to be adaptable? Well, I'd argue that you choose to study at an institution like Simon Fraser University. As Canada's engaged university, we have enabled you not only to gain knowledge of the disciplines you have studied, but also to think critically, to solve problems, and to make your own decisions. And we've offered you diverse learning experiences, including opportunities to study at 3 distinct campuses, to learn in the classroom and the community, and to gain intercultural understanding and international perspectives here and abroad. In sum, your education has been about equipping you with the knowledge, aptitudes, and skills required to be adaptable citizens and to thrive in a rapidly changing world. As you embark now from this stage of your education, as you embrace a future in which you are likely to have multiple careers, you will need to continue learning and updating your skills. But thanks to your education here, you will do so based on a strong foundation. You also face the future as members of an adaptable community of over 150,000 SFU alumni spread across 140 countries around the world. And when you need to update your knowledge and skills, when you confront issues outside your scope of expertise, we at SFU will always be here for you. So please stay in touch. In the years to come, the relationships that you have formed in your time here with friends and colleagues, with faculty and mentors, will serve you better than any single lesson. For now, this is your time. Enjoy it, but use it wisely. Share it generously with those you love and just as generously with those who don't have your advantages. We will thrive in this changing world only if we all can adapt and flourish together. Most importantly, seize your time with confidence and optimism. You've earned the accolades and the credits that you receive today. Make the most of them, and you will lead us all to a better world. Thank you. Madam Chancellor, a member of the SFU faculty will be addressing the graduands as part of today's ceremony. Dr. Angelica Lim is an assistant professor of professional practice in computing science. Her research in artificial intelligence involves building robots that interact with humans in a fun and emotionally intelligent way. She received her PhD at Kyoto University in Japan and spent 4 years working as an R&D software engineering manager at SoftBank Robotics in Paris. An alumna of SFU, she received her bachelor's in computing science, was president of the Computer Science Student Society, and co-founder of Women in Computing Science at SFU. It is now with great pleasure that I call on Dr. Lim for her convocation address. Dr. Lim. Nice to see you again.
See you too.
Madam Chancellor, Mr. President, graduands and honored guests. For those graduating today, congratulations. You're done. No more days ruled by blocks starting on the half hour, right? No more working on evenings and weekends. Now if you do, you get paid. Yes. I started at SFU a long time ago as a student myself. Recently, I overheard some current students joking about some photos up in the Applied Science building. Wow, these photos are prehistoric, from 2001 or something. I'm in those photos. So take it from someone who may look young, but is an actual dinosaur. I'm a prof now, and I specialize in emotions. I build artificial intelligence to try and understand the human emotional state. And in the process, I've had a lot to learn about how emotions work and why we have them. So let me tell you what I've learned from research and from experience that could be applicable to your life after SFU. I'll start off with the most important, but also the cheesiest emotion. What is life without love? Love is an amazing emotion I hope you've experienced during your time at SFU. You may think of it as caring for and respecting other people, but it's also about caring for and respecting yourself. Especially for those of you going into the tech industry, there may be cultures in which we throw ourselves in and throw our personal lives out. So take care of yourselves. To care for others, you need to care for yourself first. The second thing about emotions was taught to me by a research colleague, a psychologist. It's about the emotion of anger. Anger happens when you have a goal or a value, something prevents you from achieving that goal, and you feel there's actually something you can do about it. Now, here in Canada, we often repress anger, and this actually just keeps life generally pretty good. But know that there may be an exceptional moment in your life when you need to give it a second thought. In the emotional state of anger, your body is allocated extra resources, your heart rate increases, adrenaline increases. You can decide at any moment to focus that energy for something good. Especially if you see an injustice in the world, use that fuel. Your work may impact the lives of millions of people, and I hope it does. But you also may be asked to do things that you do not believe in. If it feels wrong, trust your emotions and stand up for what you believe in. Lastly, joy. Let me tell you the secret for joy. Emotional contagion and empathy involves you putting yourself into the shoes of others. It's subconscious and automatic. You feel what the people around you feel, like an infectious laugh. This has taught me two things. First, find people who make you laugh, in your private life, but also in your professional life. If you're in a company and everyone around you is serious and negative, you eventually will start to feel that too. So choose your company not just on what you do or how much money you make, but based on the people you'll work with every day. If they laugh and you have a good time, this will make your time there amazing. Secondly, while you can share feelings of joy with people currently around you, you can also feel emotions from the past. To do this, every day, try to recall 3 good things that happened to you, even little moments of joy, like that delicious bubble tea you had, or that you woke up to a sunny day, or that university degree you just got. This will pump some of that previous happiness and gratitude into your current self and will keep you grounded every day. I'll end on that note of gratitude. Who do you have to thank today? Maybe a friend, a teacher, a family member? How did they make today possible for you? Thank them today. Share the joy. Remember, emotions are contagious. Let them know how they changed your life. Once again, congratulations. You've earned it. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lim. Ladies and gentlemen, as part of Convocation, the Alumni Association will present a Simon Fraser University alumni pin to the graduates as they leave the stage. Our alumni are incredibly important to us, and we're pleased that the symbolic presentation will launch you on your new role as alumni of SFU. Mr. John Grant completed his Bachelor of Arts graduate diploma in Business Administration and Master of Education with SFU. He also served as the Director of Alumni Relations, Executive Director of the Alumni Association for the past 4 years. I invite John Grant to the lectern to bring greetings to the graduands. John?
Thank you, President Petter, and good morning, everyone. On behalf of your SFU Alumni Association Board, I extend my heartfelt congratulations to you all. You are now members, lifelong members, of an alumni community that spans more than 155,000 members in 140 countries. Your relationship with SFU transforms now as your journey continues. We're here to help you expand your personal and professional networks through attending local, national, and international events, and by offering you a slew of services, including career services, library resources, and many other benefits and resources as well. Our goal is to have you serve as engaged alumni, helping to advance and enhance the student experience for our future graduates, and serving as SFU's greatest ambassadors in the community. As you cross the stage today, I will present you with an alumni pin. Wear it as a symbol of your incredible accomplishment and achievement. Wear it with pride. Be proud of your SFU credentials. And thank you all so much for investing your time and energy in choosing SFU as a great institution to study at. Thank you all very much, and congratulations.
Thank you, John. Before the graduands are presented individually to the Chancellor, Mr. Michael Vey, a member of the graduating class, will address Convocation. Michael is graduating with a Bachelor of Environment in Resource and Environmental Management. A member of the Heiltsuk First Nation, he has a passion for working alongside Indigenous communities. He served as an executive member of the First Nations Student Association and later joined the Bachelor of Environment Student Union. His directed studies focused on culturally modified tree density and how this informs Indigenous-led management strategies. His future research will further explore how Indigenous ecological knowledge and Western science can reaffirm the truths known by Indigenous communities. It's now my great pleasure to call upon Mr. Michael Vey for the graduand address.
Thank you, President Petter, Madam Chancellor, and all the friends and family who are here today. I feel honored to share the stage with so many accomplished graduands and to speak on the unceded territories of the Musqueam, Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Coquitlam First Nations. Wallace-Kayasuka. Thank you. Convocation has made me reflect immensely on my time at Simon Fraser University. Sharing the privilege to be on the stage today took years of studying, researching, and learning. All of us have worked very hard for this day to become a reality, and we're all really glad that it's finally paid off. But when I look past the hard work required during university, I quickly remembered treasured moments of bonding with friends and the feeling of pride in all of my academic accomplishments. And it's these moments that I believe were made possible and even enhanced by the sense of community that SFU provides. I am fortunate enough to be the first person in my family to attend university. So even though I was really lucky, you can bet that I was a little bit nervous when I first got here. But even with this feeling of intimidation, it didn't take long for the people at SFU to make me feel welcomed. And even though I was nervous, I was still really excited to be here. Too excited, in fact, to study well for any of my exams. So as you might have guessed, that first semester didn't go so well, and I failed all of my exams except for one, which I did pass with 52%. And this was a devastating moment for me, because although I was lucky enough to be the first person in my family to go to university, I was doing a pretty miserable job of being a good student. So after that failure, I did what any independent young man would do. I called my mom. I cried on the phone for at least 20 minutes, with my mother having her ever-ready ear to listen. And by the end of the conversation, she did say one thing to me. She said, "Mike, the family will love you no matter what you do. You should only go to school if it's making you happy." And just like that, I realized the root of my problem. I suddenly realized that in school and in life, it's all too easy to make it all about yourself, and that can often make us unhappy. I realized then that strictly focusing on myself in school was not bringing me any happiness, and it certainly wasn't bringing me any good grades. So I decided to do something about it. And no, it wasn't studying more effectively. That was more of a third-year thing. I decided to engage with my fellow students. So that following semester, I became an executive of the First Nations Students Association, where I was able to build relationships with Indigenous and non-Indigenous communities on campus. And it was there that I realized many of the people around me were having similar academic problems, but more importantly, they were finding ways to solve them that I hadn't figured out myself. So ultimately, by expanding my community, I found that it gave back to me more than I could ever give back to it. But this isn't a speech entirely about getting involved or volunteer hours. It's about our community. And one of the greatest lessons that I learned in that first year is that you can always be fine by yourself, but you can always be better by helping other people be their best. And from that point, I carried that attitude into all my different roles at SFU organizations, student unions, and committees. But all those organized groups have the same thing: people, and people require community. So this leads me to my somewhat obvious first piece of advice. Try to help your community. And this could look very different between each person. This could be your friends, your family, your neighborhood, but it's anything that's bigger than just yourself. Expanding to help your community will give you so much to celebrate when you succeed and so little to absorb when you fail. Nothing we do in our world is done in isolation, so if you help your community, you get to help yourself and others. My only other piece of advice for the graduates of this class is to remember that there are multiple ways of knowing. This can often manifest as elders or peers looking at the same thing but seeing a completely different purpose or outcome. I caution this because although we spent the last few years at SFU gathering knowledge, we must not forget to be able to take in the wisdom that others can provide. Be critical, of course, but know when you don't know. We always have more to learn, especially of the ways we learn. But despite this advice and these stories, I'm excited for whatever these graduates decide to do with their newfound knowledge. I have seen a sense of community transform my life and many others with me today, and with any luck, we will all transform our world with the positive lessons we have learned on this mountain. And as I look amongst this crowd with my fellow graduates, I am reminded once again that I am blessed to be a part of their SFU community. Wallace Gaiaska, thank you.
Thanks so much. Thank you, Michael. The members of the graduating class will now be presented to the Chancellor to be admitted en masse to their degrees. Will the graduands please rise? Pretty good-looking group, don't you think? Madam Chancellor, I present to you those scholars who have fulfilled the statutory requirements laid down by the Senate of this university, and I request that you confer upon each one the degree for which they are now recommended.
By virtue of the authority vested in me and in the Senate of this university, I do hereby admit you to your various and several degrees. The graduands may now be seated.
The members of the graduating class will now be presented individually to the Chancellor, but first, a few requests. Would you please refrain from applauding the individual members of the graduating class until each group of degrees has been conferred? This does not apply to doctoral degrees, and obviously we can't forbid spontaneous outbursts of enthusiasm, nor would we want to. As a courtesy to others, please remain seated until the conclusion of the ceremony, and I'd ask the graduates to please return to your seats following receipt of your degrees. However, our doctoral graduates can join your colleagues on the platform. The degrees in the Faculty of Applied Sciences and the Faculty of Environment will now be conferred. Madam Chancellor, Associate Dean of the Faculty of Applied Sciences, Dr. Edward Park, will announce the names of the students earning graduate degrees.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the Faculty of Applied Sciences. The graduates will be hooded by their accompanying faculty supervisor, representative of Dr. Eugene Fiume, Dean of the Applied Sciences. George Chang. Xiaoyi Fan. Kong Zhang. Gil Herstadt. Harry Moen. Mojan Tavakolan. Jen Gang Xiao. Atiye Hosseini. Chuhua Hu. Hongwei Liang. Rui Ma. Boris Shabashi. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in the Faculty of Environment. The graduates will be hooded by their accompanying faculty supervisor, representative, or Dr. Alex Clapp, Associate Dean of Faculty of Environment. Leon Hoffman. Dr. Hoffman will be hooded by their supervisor, Valerie Crooks. Michael Martin. Dr. Martin will be hooded by their supervisor, Dr. Schumann. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of master's degree in the Faculty of Applied Sciences. The first graduate is the recipient of the Dean of Graduate Studies Convocation Medal for Academic Excellence, Ms. Christine Huang. After completing an undergraduate degree at SFU with distinction, Christine went on to complete a master's degree. She is the first student in the Faculty of Applied Sciences to complete an accelerated master's initiative, and she did so within 4 terms. Her research focus was on adaptive optics, visible light OCT, developing novel non-invasive technology for simultaneous structural and fluorescence imaging of a living eye with cellular resolution. Ms. Huang is now a research engineer working on laser-based projector systems. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the remaining graduates of master's degree in the Faculty of Applied Sciences. Ali Al-Adawi. Sean Bourgeois. Jiang Lin. Sagar Mehta. Magnus Masungi. Navid Nuri. Tejaswi Ogirala. Maram Sakar. Ashley Ipen. Namdi Yeishi. Prabhas Singh Gruwer. James Guerra. Rohit Jun. Avneet Kaur. Sabinder Kara. Rai Singh Man. Shweta Masumdar. Haris Mahmood. Mohammed Atif bin Shafi. Sharanjot Singh. Muhammad Ali Amin Pelani. Panan Su. Fahad Aldarbayan. Milit Himanshu Petai. Simranjit Singh Bhatia. Liam Bui. Kathri Kayan Chadran Sekaran. Yingqiu Chen. Madhur Chopra. Tarshan Kraut. Amir Daoud. Pranav Dixit. Puya Fatai. Taranjit Gill. Udit Gupta. Manrup Kaur. Matthew Kirans. Prithvi Lux. Kathy Lee. Ji Lee. Fan Liu. Yejia Liu. Alexander Lopez. Jay Mady. Rubini Mathia Jangan. Stephen Madsen. Xiao Meng. Aditi Gilani. Akashi Mogaria. Syed Mehdi Amoha Meiniampur. Ruturaj Patel. Hiral Patwa. Varun. Van Quinn. Rohit Ranjan. Swami. Kavan Shukla. Badru Siddiqui. Yair Su. Poonam Kobadiai. Andre Fakariu. Srinath. Bhagwashi Velpula. Suchita Venugopal. Bishar. Bikashi Yadav, Jin Zhang, Yang Zhou, Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduates of master's degrees in the Faculty of Environment. The first graduate is the recipient of the Dean of Graduate Studies Convocation Medal for Academic Excellence, Mr. David Swan. In his master's thesis, David explored how new biometric technologies could intensify and extend surveillance. Importantly, he also proposed tactics and strategies to maintain personal privacy. During his studies, Mr. Swan maintained a 4.11 CGPA and received several awards, including a SHIRK Canada Graduate Scholarship. His work has resulted in a number of research articles, including 2 in the top journals in his field. For his PhD, he is studying methods for protecting spatial privacy in academic research. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of representing the remaining graduates of master's degrees in the Faculty of Environment. Shara Fisk. Rebecca Salas. Megan Vanderwell. Jonathan Boron. Braglevich. Tyler Carson. Stephen Chastin. Tao Ya Gui. Brennan Hutchinson. Hussel Thwaite. Sarah Robertson. Brett Chandro. Catherine Sumda. Landon Benson. Kate Bujonovich. Jane Chow. Samuel Foster. Chloe Hartley. Gabrielle Hindley. Larissa Lowe. Samantha Mertens. Sonia Ottridge. Andrea Pato. Caitlin Piecharski. Thank you. Megan Rooney. Ateka Shashank. Brett Squatter. Nicole Zalewski. Branley Yuan.
Madam Chancellor, the Dean of the Faculty of Applied Sciences, Dr. Eugene Fume, will announce the names of the students earning undergraduate degrees in his faculty.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduands of the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science in the Faculty of Applied Sciences. The first graduand is the recipient of the Dean's Convocation Medal for Academic Excellence, Ms. Destiny Su I ask you to come forward. Thank you. Ms. Destiny Zhu is graduating with an honors Bachelor of Science in Engineering Physics with an amazing 4.14 cumulative grade point average. She has completed co-op terms at Arista Networks, Ixia, and Teradisi, produced a comic series for the Peak newspaper, and completed an undergraduate thesis on medical ocular imaging with polarization-sensitive optical coherence tomography. I even know what that is. She is now conducting graduate research with engineering professor Mariko Soranik in the Biomedical Optics Research Group. Congratulations. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the remaining graduates for the degree of Bachelor of Applied Science in the Faculty of Applied Sciences. Reem Abbas. Kushank Agarwal. Muhammad Ahmad. Parastu Alicere. Congratulations. Jose Arboleda Quintero. Julie Atherton. Owen Au. Vahid Azadeh. Bahar Bagzadeh Naini. Fabio Bollinger. Svetlana Borkovkinka. Yesung Cha. Chi Chung Chan. Shelvin Chandra. Zheng Chang. Junjie Chen. Qingzhe Chen. Yifan Chen. Kush Katbar. Christopher Chin. Benny Chu. Willie Chung. Robert Cornell. Chinmay Desai. Daniel Dixon. Xiao Duan. Andrew Dukolke. Amadezra Adelat. Durdane Esfarandiari. Chang Shufeng. Jonathan Feng. Adrian Fett. Brian Fisher. Connor Floyd. Leslie Gabo. Adam Gabriel. Jian Gao. Himashu Garg. Pyo Hen. Benjamin Hoffman. Jerry Hung. Lauren Jackson. Warawi Jan Pongsri. Chuan Jiang. Cameron Jinks. Michael Urowitz. Mutats Kadura. Gagan Kaur. Shane Kelly II. Muhammad bin Khalid. Eugene Kim. Daniel Kitt. Gismaran Singh Kohli. Evgeny Kuzetsnov. Roxanne Ling. Julian Lowe. Devon Louis. Bradley McMillan. Fraser McWilliams. Nas Makia. Guninger Mali Jat. William McKnight. Russell McClellan. Arian Memorarzadeh. Gabriela Mitsovic. Nilofar Mualem. Luke Mulder. Ringo Ing. Anthony Paderes. Vijay Parmasarwan. Alicia Valentina Pavan Perez. Paola Rosalie Ringor Psisales. Thomas Pretjon. Daniel Swan. Kwan. Justin Rain. Taylor Robson. Toki Saleh. Daryl Sia. Amanveer Shokar. Gagandeep Singh. Puneet Sran. Philip Tang. Adrian Tanskanan. Yi Sheng Sai. Claret Sang. Katie Tsi. James Wong. Yu Fan Wang. Ali Warak. Jonathan Wong. Wilson Wong. Winston Ye. Hao Yin. Jeff Yu. Current Zheng. Yanji Zhang. Stephen Zhou. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduand of the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the Faculty of Applied Sciences. Matvey Iyanko. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduands of the degree of Bachelor of General Studies in the Faculty of Applied Sciences. Becker Al-Nakib. Thomas Breen. Jingyu Chen. Coco Dong. Andy Liu. Ho Cheng Liu. Tamer Hamze Matar. Kathleen Moriarty. Colin Tam. Wede Jai. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduands of the degree of Bachelor of Science in the Faculty of Applied Sciences. There were two. Mashab Anwar. Asher Baimak Hamkat. Sorry. Bimhaikat Mekatov. Carol Ann Binney. Adam Boulding Jones. Fu Cheng Kao. Jong Mook Chai. Roy Chan. Chen Li Chang. Yi Ting Chen. Ming Kai Chen. Tel Lun Chen. Wei Yuan Chang. Evan Chisholm. Matthew Chow. Arthur Chu. Aaron Chung. Kevin Chung. Rasa D'Souza. Amandeep Dill. Nathan Dami. Jitindeep Dhillon, Emre Arhun, Joel Fu, Jeffrey Fung, Corbett Gildersleeve, Jeff Gruz, James Hanna, Lance Hannestad, Liangze Hao, Ricardo Haro Colmenero, Jonaldo Hartono, Dong Jian He, Jiasun He, Yiting He, Hazel Ann Hernandez, Braden Hebert, Hao Huang, Selena Huao, Herman Hui, Marco Jajalo, Jasdeep Jasal, Ivan Jelinek, Ruiming Jia, Jingquan Jiang, Minghan Jiang, Navjo Kalra, Danish Love Love Mom and Dad Kawani, Samuel Kim, John Kim, Tejpal Claire, Chris Lai, Chiang Lai, Savio Lam, Jacqueline Lang, Ken Lei, Stephanie Lei, Jesse Leung, Adrian Lee, Alan Lee, Gabriel Lee, Jiawei Lee, Jachi Lee, Kai Chung Lee, Xinglin Li, Jepeng Li, Eric Liamzon, Ten Liang, Weijian Liang, Daniel Lim, Rylan Lim, Isis Ling, Hao Yu Liu, Jin Liu, Ming Chia Liu, Jonathan Lowen. Are we out? You okay? Johnny Lowe, Jeffrey Lowe, Yuhei Liu, Louis or Louis Liu, Yang Luo, Yu Luo, Johnny Lee, Long Ma, Alex McDonald, Gray McKenzie, Zeshan Manji, I'm sorry, what's Justin Medwin, Ricky Mock, Michael Mu, Tai Nguyen, Wade Pan, Faris Parkar, Yasid Pena, Pavel Pepolinsky, congratulations. Daniel Beretzolo, congratulations. Dawson Perrin. Congratulations. Eric Pontifex. Joshua Pride. You're welcome. Ian Poon. Shin Hui Chiu. Nurala Randawa. Arjun Rathi. Yi-Chin Ren. Tyler Rubiniuk. Anjanpal Sandhu. Inderpal Sekon. Adam Shambrook. Brian Shen. James Shepard. Gordon Xie. Daniel Siemens. Graham Smith. Danyang Song. Yixin Song. Twilight Summerland. Yi Sun. Nicole Thomas. Chen Sun Tsai. Alicia Van Dionofen. Josh Vasquez. Pete Voot. Ina Vukmirovic. Kyle Wang. Wei Wang. Zhofan Wei. Aiden Vessel. Paul Westland. Elijah Willie. Tyler Wong. Hao Ji Wu. Yu Wu. Xiao Yu. Zhu. Jia Yun Chuan. Xuan Bing Yang. Eric Yang. Jinhua Yang. Kei Yang. Ling Yang. Jun Zhao Yao. Nathaniel Yat-Hei Yuan. Alan Zheng. Hao Zheng. Ji Hao Zhu. Li Jun Zhu.
Madam Chancellor, the Associate Dean of the Faculty of Environment, Dr. Alex Clapp, will announce the names of the students earning undergraduate degrees in his faculty.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present the graduands of the degree of Bachelor of Arts in the Faculty of Environment. Uroj Amir. Cheyenne Boudreau. Stephanie Caron. Erica Cawley. Justin Chobote. Cheyenne Conrad. John Cowan. Vivi Jaya. Randy Crawford. Peter Dugan. Chantal Dunning. Bowie Fong. Dylan Freinhofer. Catherine Garayapi-Saper. Kairui Geng. Alexander Graham. Rebecca Gunderson. Sydney Hara. Wanyi Wang. Dustin Johnson. Oliver Jorgensen. Manisha Kenyon. Ashna Kular. Emily Kirby. Tyler Konings. Henry Kosh. Nikki Krausch. Angelica Lagora. Lily Lau. Nicole Leung. Oscar Leung. Tiana Lewis. Kai Yuan Lee. Xin Liu. Emma Lowther. Gregory Mack. Ode Mansour. Amy Manzer. Cassandra Marsh. Trent Martin. Emily McLaurin Purcell. Caitlin Meeks. John Milne. Giselle Mubalaya. Lauren Nagler. Sonam Nambiar. Stephen Ngai. Jeffrey Niven. Victoria Pencheva. Megan Poland. Jocelyn Randawa. Lindsay Rinks. Michaela Riley. Michael Ripley. Michael Scott. Dilsharn Sikon. Katie Smith. Alessandria Testani. Alvin Y. Joanne Brenda Wandolo. Martin Wong. Cyrus Yeung. Tahia Zeman. Jiayuan Zhang. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduands of the degree of Bachelor of Environment in the Faculty of Environment. Cassandra Allen. Duncan Andrews. Samuel Tertsi Apugum. Kathleen Belton. Paige Bisson. Chelsea Borsoy. Ella Brown. Daniel Crockett. Laura Jo Fiorita. Kevin Hickey. Emma Jennings. Haylin Kim. Sydney Kitt. Theo Mahdi. Jamie Lee Malay. Noe O'Brien. Michelle Rosenquist. Nahal Safaye. Richard Smith. Jing Ting So. Michael Vey. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the graduands of the degree of Bachelor of Science in the Faculty of Environment. The first graduand is the recipient of the Dean's Convocation Medal for Academic Excellence, Ms. Tessica Truong. I ask Ms. Truong to come forward. I have the honor to present the Dean's Convocation Medal to Tessica Truong. Ms. Truong graduates today with a Bachelor of Science with honors in Environmental Science. Ms. Truong has been a student athlete, an elected representative of the Simon Fraser Student Society, and a student member of Senate representing the Faculty of Environment. She was awarded the SFU President's Award for Leadership in Sustainability and Vancouver's Greenest City Leadership Award. She started Vancouver Youth for Tap, which promotes tap instead of bottled water. She has also served on the Mayor's Engaged City Task Force, chaired the board of Sustainable SFU, and twice been named to Starfish Canada's Top 25 Under 25. Her outstanding academic record, her contributions to youth empowerment, and her commitment to giving back to the community make Tessica a truly worthy recipient of the Dean's Convocation Medal. Congratulations to Tessica Truong. Madam Chancellor, I have the honor of presenting the remaining graduands of the degree of Bachelor of Science in the Faculty of Environment. Simran Aujla. Jenjun Chang. Michael Charters. Stefan Dabecki. Joseph Desmarais. Kang Diep. Hongda Ding. Andre Felicio. Alexander Gerling. Minwen Guo. Ayush Joshi. Nikolai Karpun. Aphrodite Koseos. Kyle Cusack. Robin Lakes. Tiffany Law. Guanzhao Liang. Deanna McKinnon. Duncan McLennan. Supreet Mali. Kieran Matthews. Janine McNeely. Spencer Mulder. Kendra Munn. Veronica Schofield. Matthew Sutherland. Caitlin Tabrinki. Connor Trumley. Thado Wei. Matthew Watkins. Graham Watson. Julie Wilson. Garrett Yamada Bag.
Will the graduating class please rise? I congratulate each of you on the completion of your degree. This is an impressive achievement, and I ask your friends, family, and member of the platform party to join me in applauding the amazing graduating class of June 2018. Now, let's not forget all those who helped to get you here. I invite the members of the graduating class to reciprocate by applauding your family, your friends, faculty, and staff, indeed all those who helped you to achieve your goal. Please be seated.
Friends, this completes the formal awarding of degrees. Some of the graduates recommended by Senate for degrees today have been unable to be present, and their names have therefore not been read out, but I now admit them to their appropriate degrees as shown on your program. I have several thank yous to express. First of all, to all of you who have come up to the mountain to join us on this celebratory day, and to the many volunteers, staff, and faculty members coordinated by ceremonies and events and student services who've worked together to run a smooth Convocation day, and they're the ones that make sure it doesn't rain. So we're really very grateful to them. And of course, to the members of our 6-time world champion Simon Fraser University Pipe Band for their contribution to Convocation, and they will be performing for us again after the ceremony in Freedom Square behind the platform. This brings to a close the formal part of this morning's Convocation. You are all invited to attend a reception in Junction 65 to my right behind the platform. I ask that you kindly rise and remain standing at your places until the platform party has recessed. Thank you.